special good morning, as usual, to our listeners and viewers of To The Point. I'm your host, GT. How's everyone doing this morning? Hope everyone is having an awesome morning, despite the weather conditions. We from time to time, a little rain, and then the sun comes out, and sometimes it is. And we cannot discourage you from wanting to go anywhere. Good morning to you. Those of you by our social media platforms, let me say good morning to you also, and welcome. Don't forget to share that live feed when you do, of course, log in. Once again, welcome. Folks, we'll be having an open line edition of To The Point for today. Of course, no guest in studio. I think it's our first one for the week thus far, and certainly it's a pleasure to do it for you always. So this is where you, listeners and viewers, have the opportunity to call in, share your views, your concerns, whatever it may be, and do so via our telephone number. That's 435-2041, 435-2041. You have the option of also calling via the WhatsApp, 435-2041. Double the options there for you. I beg of you, be brief with your comment, if it's, of course, and be brief, and so we can accommodate as many callers as possible. 435-2041, 435-2041. So it's a go. Lines are all cleared and ready for you this morning. I always want to urge all, of course, drivers on our nation's roads. Good morning to you. Drive along with due care and attention. There may be areas or road areas around the island where the roads are wet, and you drive at that particular pace, your friction will reduce a whole lot. So take it easy on the nation's roads. Drive within the speed limits. Yes, yeah. Drive at the speed limit. Some folks would say drive at the speed limit, but I would say drive within the speed limit. So if it's 20, you can do a little 15 and stuff like that if it's possible. It may not be possible always because, with the amount of course, vehicles on the roads these days, it's not always possible to drive at that particular limit. It may be always way below sometimes, depending on the particular area that you're at. So once again, lines are now opened, 435-2041. Let's hear from you this morning. Whatever you want to have a discussion on this morning, I'm certainly all ears to listen to you. 435-2041. Open line edition of To The Point. Who's going to get that ball rolling this morning? Let's get a go with it here on Classic Radio, GBN TV. Let me say good morning to those of you also celebrating today. Good morning to you. A dear friend is celebrating. Just send me a message and say, yeah, I'm celebrating today, but don't want me to say it on here. So good morning to you and happy birthday. That's a kind of indirectly saying it to you. Anyway, good morning to you. I certainly hope you're having a great morning. Hey, let me say good morning to my good bro Innocent. Of course, hope you have a great day, what's left of it, and a great weekend to come. So once again, let's get the ball rolling this morning. 435-2041, 435-2041, and let's hear from you. Open line edition of To The Point, and we're ready to receive your calls this morning. Let's hear from you. Your views, your concerns about issues on this beautiful island that you would like to speak about, or of course a particular concern you want to bring to the fore that you think the authorities may need to look into. Maybe there's a particular issue within your community that you would like to speak about. Feel free to do so. You come up with a solution also. In terms of, you may hear about a particular issue in a particular community, and you're saying, if that is done in that particular way, we're probably going to have a solution to that. If it's done in that particular way, we do have our first caller for the morning, and who's breaking that ice, as some folks would say. Caller, your life. Good morning.
Good morning. I just want to say thanks to Mr. Andy Williams for coming and assist us. I am a senior citizen, and my mother is more senior than me. We were not able to go and visit him when he asked that he would be in Springs pasture, but he popped up on the Saturday, and we were very grateful for him popping up. Right. I live in the bottom lower part of Springs for the past 20 years, and the river has came in last year, end of November to December, and flooded me out. A neighbor took out my mom because she couldn't walk out to get there, and I called the radio station when he was beyond the headlines, and he did came, and I just want to express my appreciation for all what he did. The guy was there for 2 days cleaning the ravine for us, and I can see the results of it. I just want to say thank you to also the guy that was doing the excavator. He was a very kind man. He listened, and he did what we asked him to do and beyond what he's supposed to do. So I just want to shout out that thank you. When somebody do something nice for you, it is very good to say thank you. On behalf of me and the rest of the residents in Lower Down Springs, we just want to say thank you for remembering us. Thank you.
Thank you also for calling in and sharing that bit of information. And I certainly, of course, I know the minister and of course other folks within the government are happy to hear that that problem that you may have been experiencing and got some of a resolution to that. So thank you so much for sharing that information this morning. Once again, 435-2041. The WhatsApp lines are open to you. Of course, the direct line is also open, 435-2041. Let's hear from you this morning. It's Friday. It's the 13th. Something about the myth of Friday the 13th. If the folks do follow that, hey, don't do this, don't do that on Friday the 13th. If you do follow that from time to time, I usually pay minimal attention to those things, but there are folks who just like to follow those myths and get themselves all worried up. Something about Friday the 13th. We do have another caller. Your live caller, good morning and welcome.
Yes, sir, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Right. I want to make an appeal. It's a concern I have that during the road repairs that they are using the coal mix. We are in the rain season, okay? And even sometime outside of the rain season, I do not think it is the best. I do not know if the asphalt plant is broken down or if the state is buying one, etc. Because they are spending thousands of dollars, probably millions, in fixing the road, patching, etc. The coal mix is used, the rain comes. And within a very short period, the holes are reopened, and there we go again to take hard-earned money and do the same thing. But you are seeing the difference, and I am not an engineer, right? There is a distinct difference when the hot mix is used in comparison to the cold one. So I like, even though it means a little delay, explain that to the people, but don't waste the money in using the cold mix and a few showers, and hey, we have to go back and do it. That's very unwise.
All right.
Thanks for accommodating me.
Thank you. Thank you also for sharing your concern here on today's edition of To The Point. 435-2041, 435-2041. Back to the phone line. Caller, you're live. Good morning and welcome.
Morning, GT, and morning to your listeners.
Good morning to you.
I'm good. But my spirit is heavy laden because of what is unfolding overnight. Even through your network, we learn about the barbarous, unprovoked action of the Zionist regime in Israel against the sovereign state of the Islamic Republic of Iran. This has other implications. And it could mean that, for instance, we have difficulty here, which could result in shortages of this and shortages of that, the rise in prices of basic stuff. And I'm saying that so that we need to be more fully aware of what is happening and to be able to see the evils that are unfolding. The Christian people used to talk about the Antichrist and all this nonsense. But we're seeing who are the devils in the world today. I mean, they have no respect for law and order. They do what they want. I mean, Israel has nuclear weapons, but that is not for management by anybody. They can do what they want with the aid of U.S. Now, same thing. I'm using Iran situation. The same thing with what could happen in the region. We know some years ago, a war almost under the first Trump regime, where we could have a war in the region, and the island of Bonaire, the facilities there were extended to NATO so that they could use that as a launch pad to bomb Venezuela. They have already now broadened their possibility by the agreement they have with Trinidad and Tobago There they could also use Trinidad and Tobago, and of course their darling now Guyana. And in the end, these people would say, well, we're not involved, we're not, but I mean, and people would believe those things because how they structure their propaganda and all their diplomacy and so on. I'm saying all of that so that we could wake up. The world is in hell right now. We need to start to revive it and maybe bring it closer. So if there is even what we might call a heaven. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Thank you also for your contribution. Have yourself a great day, what's left of it, and a great weekend to come. 435-2041. Lines are open to you. 435-2041. I'm seeing someone is sending a message there via the WhatsApp, and get that opened. And they're saying, good morning, GT. I want to give a shout out to the Prime Minister and the NDC government for all their good works, and I pray that God will and the good Lord, will keep them going. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you are live. Good morning.
JT, how are you doing this morning? Great.
I am doing good. How are you this morning?
Great. JC, there's something called an Elder Awareness Symposium, right?
Yeah.
Apparently this thing is going to be in the Trade Center on the 17th, that's next week, Tuesday, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And Honorable Andy Williams is inviting all people to come down to the Trade Center Annex, I think, to this seminar. And really, people who have inquisitive minds and people who are curious, I suggest that you all come down and hear what all this is all about, because Andy wants people to be aware of all these things. And finally, I must say, in terms of Father's Day, he wants to wish everybody, all the fathers of his constituency in Grenada, a happy Father's Day. And also, I personally, from me to you, all these fathers, now fathers are very special people. And you know what I find, JT, it seems to me that there's a correlation between absentee fathers and the amount of men that incarcerated in the prison. And then you find that people always saying, you're calling them sperm donors and all kind of a thing. And I find this is so highly insulting. I think people must stop referring to these absentee fathers as sperm donors. All I'm saying, maybe we could encourage them and not condemn them to take up the role and the responsibility of being a father, because you need a mother and you need a father. And these days you find so much households are headed by mothers alone. So on this occasion of Father's Day, and because we have Mother's Day and we have Father's Day, and you find that Mother's Day get more hype than Father's Day. So I want to encourage, not condemn, all fathers who are absent in their children's lives. Be a part of their lives so that you could nurture your own. So don't forget the Elder Symposium, Awareness Symposium, next week, Tuesday, the 17th. I think it's at the Trade Center or the Trade Center Annex from 9 o'clock to 1. And of course, this is an invitation to you from Andy Williams, because it's happening in his constituency, but I think it's something to do with the government.
All right.
All fathers, have a great day on Sunday. And you too, JT, are you a father?
Yes, I am.
Well then, JT, I just hope that they pamper you, you lie down whole day, you cock up your foot, and you do nothing, and everybody around you give you love and attention. And I believe that you are a good father, and continue to be a good father to your children, and love children, love your father, because I'm sure he's loving to you all. Bye, have a great day.
Thank you so much, and have a great day yourself. 435-2041, 435-2041. The lines are open, folks. It's an open line edition. And let's take one more before we drew for a break, but let's take one more caller. Caller, you're live. Yes. Good morning.
Good morning to you, GT, and to your listeners.
Good morning to you.
I would like to really congratulate. I want to send a bag of blessings to the Ministry of Youth and Sport, Senator Francis and them, for that great gesture of having a national summer program. GT, that was so needed. They needed to sit down and take a different look at what they used to be doing for August vacation, that ministry. every year they would put out some kind of thing about good parenting and avoid leaving your children unsupervised. Parents must go to work, and a lot of those summer programs are very expensive. So they must go to work. They will be leaving the children running up and down. Oh, they deserve now a whole bag of blessings for having that national summer program for children. And what they will be teaching them so useful. I hope parents pay attention and call up and register their children on that. Yes?
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Have a good day yourself. 435-2041. We said we'll be right back after the break. When we come back, we entertain more of your calls. Stay with us. It's To The Point, Classic Radio, GBN TV, Friday the 13th. We're coming right back. Don't touch your dial.
Climate.
Legacy, a beat that don't stop like Bob Marley said. One love on top. These sewage water out of sight, but it's always wrong. Don't lose the light. From factories and wells so deep, corals, mangroves and fish they weep. Grey water for the garden, keep it green. Save the cash and the earth gets clean. We use the water with a mindful mind. It's out of sight but never far behind. In nature, the answers always flow. Like water running pure, the cycle grows. It renews itself, same drop, same beat. It's all good, man, you got the heat. Water flow. No clean water, no pipes they grow. Protect our water, protect our future.
Time to go. Hey GBN family, we've got a brand new home on Facebook and you need to be there. Follow us now on Facebook at Grenada Broadcasting Network -GBN. Stay updated with the latest news, sports, entertainment, and everything Grenada. Don't miss out. Like, follow, and share. Grenada Broadcasting Network. Stay informed, stay ahead. First with the news, fast with the updates.
Welcome back to listeners. Welcome back, viewers. Here to the point this morning for today, Friday. It's the 13th day of June, 2025, and we have an open line edition for you today, which means listeners and viewers, you have the option of calling in. Let's hear from you this morning. 435. You have a concern. You want to say thanks to, of course, to someone who have done something that you think is commendable, and you want to show some sort of recognition. And some folks will say, give some flowers. If you certainly want to do that this morning, feel free to do so on the program. 435-2041. The lines are open. Let's go to the WhatsApp. Someone sent a message via the WhatsApp. It's a little bit interesting. Let me see if I can throw it out for you this morning. A lot of folks in Grenada act as though we pick up money from the ground. They charge us extra when they realize that we are from the diaspora. please, I am begging you all. Things are expensive abroad. Also, property tax are driving people from their homes. The cost of medical care can bankrupt folks abroad. Because some people go abroad and get for free, don't mean that they don't pay. Even our dogs have to be licensed, for which we pay money. So can you find it if your grass is, you can be fined if your grass is not cut. I can go on and on. Please, local Grenadians, don't ignore this. Be considerate. You may not realize that you may be in paradise. Some of us, they're saying so, have show some pity on us. I guess that's someone who's probably living out there in the diaspora, and I just thought you could share that bit of information there this morning. 435-2041. We go back to the phone line. We have someone via the WhatsApp. Let's see if we can attend that call this morning. What's up, caller live? Good morning.
Hey, GT, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. How you doing? I'm doing good. What about you this morning?
Not too bad. First, I want to take time to wish you a happy Father's Day.
And the same goes out to you. I'm assuming you're a father, so same goes out to you.
Thank you. And I pray that in your house on Father's Day you'll have the bell and ringing, and you will be getting services.
I certainly wish so myself also. You know, sometimes, even though sometimes we don't have all that privilege, you know what I mean.
Well, we as fathers, they always put us on the low key.
Yeah,
but still, I buy my bell, and I'm going to send you a bell too. So we're going to be ringing bell when Sunday. We ring bell Sunday.
I hope we can accommodate. I hope the rest can accommodate the noise.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
GT. Tuesday, I was disappointed with you, GT. I tried 11 times to get into on Tuesday. And GT, I didn't
but sometimes you're calling, but there's more than one call on hold. So sometimes everybody don't get in. It's not that I'm deliberately not taking calls.
We in the diaspora, we have to call on WhatsApp because it's going to be too expensive for us.
I understand that. But sometimes folks are calling. While you're calling, there's sometimes 2 and 3 people on hold at the same time. You understand? So I can't put everybody on air at the same time.
All right, I'm not going to hold it to that because people always even calling me and tell me, how come last Tuesday I didn't hear you? I say, well, GT put me away.
It was nothing deliberate. It was nothing deliberate. All right.
GT, anyway, my point is, today I want to congratulate the administration and the many achievements that they've been doing, and then we got to realize the election is going to be in the next 2 years.
Yes.
All right, and then I'm saying to my NDC comrades that, especially the MPs and senators who will be putting up themselves for office, that they have to be very careful because we see what happening now. We see they start coming at the MPs, especially with Mr. Williams. So my thing for them is to tell them to remain focused because the administration is doing good. We're very happy and pleased with what we see. And not just we alone, people from outside is speaking. Because even in Carrico too, because the Ralph administration sent people from Union to Carrico just to see the progress that was going on there. And they came back with a great report for St. Vincent about the progress that was going on. Even Grenada was featured in the news, in one of the newspaper in St. Lucia too, about the progress they're doing in Grenada. So I just want to tell them remain focused. Right now we see there is so many attacks coming. We see this guy, Michael Batt, he said he's showing up again. And then we know all what he said about the last administration. He and Tip, I have a couple clips with him, the things he said about Dr. Mitchell. And I know Dr. Mitchell don't forget stuff. Dr. Mitchell will be looking at him. So the nice in the park on the other side, because when you ask them GT, what they're going to do different. None of them can say what they're going to do different. You understand? We have an administration that is 90% plus. Ratings right now, you understand? So how are you going to beat something? Like I heard that somebody said that they don't see in the Prime Minister in St. David's. Look all in the dark night, 10 o'clock in the night, the Prime Minister outside, meeting and greeting. So I just want to tell them remain focused, and the city will be having a lot of activities coming up into the 3-year celebration, and I'm asking NDC supporters and supporters from the other side to please support. And GT, when we moving and we going forward, there is nothing to stop that train.
All right, man. All right,
and
man.
we on the right track. GT, you once again, happy Father's Day. All the best. Please ring that bell.
All right, man. All the best goes out to you. Have a great day, what's left of it, and a great weekend to come. And enjoy your Father's Day on Sunday. All right, man? Take it easy. 435-2041. Lines are open once again. Let's go back to the phone line. We do have a caller there. Caller, you're live. Good morning and welcome.
Hi, GT. Good morning.
Good morning
to you. And happy Father's Day. I hope you enjoy your day when time come around.
Thank you so much.
GT,
Thank you so much.
I'm so angry this morning. It hurt my heart to know I lost a good friend. It is years gone by. My family members could testify. That man, they in my place, that time I living in Telesford every day. He come like a brother to us. And learning this week that somebody chopped the man in the head and killed him. It is sad in Glenville. I don't know. I'm calling on these young men and them. I'm sure this person that do that, they torment. Because the devil leave them alone now, and them alone have to face this guilt. Look, this week, the next man is battling in the hospital now, gone in water club, he say, they chop him up. So much a chop on the man in the hospital. I know if he leave yesterday. I just, it's so sad and sickening. With these young people and them, what getting on like that. I born it growing when I grow in Telesford. We grow boys, many parents could testify to that. And the children and them wasn't like that. The children and them never pick up a gun and kill somebody. The children and them never meet people, do provoke you and chop you up. And the thing that hurt me did last week, Thursday, I go up in Glenville and I see that man. The man will clean your place with he just cleaning out the place with you and all below you, sharp at him, cleaning out a shop in Glenville and the beach. And in front of the beach there, Thursday, I even talked to the man when I heard that this week he fought my heart. So I just want to tell the parents, because I know he have family and he have good family. Sometimes you see people who feel they is nothing, but they have family. And I do like that. I'm calling on them. Please check on yourself and stop that.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. It goes back again, conflict resolution. A lot of folks just don't know how to resolve things. A simple conversation sometimes. Take a second or two to think and make a whole lot of difference in terms of how the outcome may be, and we say it all the time, and especially the younger folks these days, they don't take the time out to think for a second, and it can make a whole lot of difference in the final outcome. Call your life. Good morning.
GT, good morning.
Good morning, and how are you?
I'm doing not too fine, but I'm fine for now because God is with me.
You're not doing too fine, but you're fine for now.
Yes, because I could talk to you and you could listen to what I have to say, because I'm talking about the storm, hurricane, and all of the natural disasters.
All right.
And where I live, I'm so surrounded with these things that could happen anytime. The trees around me, all the branches on top of the house, rocking on top of it. I am afraid of animal and beasts. I don't like animals around my house.
So you don't have anyone around the house who could help you clear those overhangs?
No one come in and look out and see what is happening to me. My house is low down. I don't know if the ceiling going, because the water coming down right in the front of the house and the step, and the water coming all inside the house. So they wouldn't know if the ceiling under the front of the house, if it's rotten or not, because my site is not there.
Have you reached out to anyone to try to get some assistance?
I can't get no people reaching out to you. They could send it out to Mr. Ron Redhead.
All right.
The second, just let him send somebody to check out and see what I'm talking about.
Sometimes I'm not talking deliberately going to the minister. I mean, if other folks within the community that will be able to help you.
I know what you're talking about, because a lot of people are called Tanti.
Sometimes the minister has a lot in his hands, so sometimes, others within the community could offer you the assistance.
But they're not coming and help. Because when my yard had to clean, I had to wait a whole 100 months, the guy not come in, the bush growing taller, and I can't even walk out. Because when I was going to town, I couldn't move from the house because I'm afraid. I'm saying, Lord God, save me, help me, protect me. My walkway is not good. And if I didn't have God in me, I would not have been in the world today, because all I do is when the day comes is pray for me and the world. Praying for all those who know about God and live the life of Jesus. Help one another. As God says, love your neighbors as you love yourselves. Who are your neighbors? Sometimes you have good neighbors. Some of them offer you something to eat. But what about the building you live in and that you're sheltering and you're frightened night and day? It is not right to know elderly people like me, 88 long years. I don't want to know my years if I didn't tell them, because the God above that have me strong and healthy, taking care of my own self. I have no one to turn to for help. I have to do it on my own. If I had children, I wouldn't be calling you.
All right, understand. Well, I'm not going to make that promise to you on air right now, but I will definitely see what I can have done for you. But I'm not making you, and I don't want to make that serious commitment to you this morning, but I will see what can be done. All right?
I want to wish you happy Father's Day on Sunday.
All right, thanks in advance.
The men of the world to take care of their children, because children are children of God. And fathers, if you don't want to have children to take care of them, let the woman go their way and you go your way. So you must have children to take care. When you take care of them, they will take care of you. If you take care of them today, tomorrow they're going to take care of you. So please send a good Father's Day greetings to all the men in the world. That the children they bring in the world, they must be there for them, take care of them, look out for them when they can't do nothing for themselves. The children is the one to care for them. So please take care of the children, the little ones. I love children, GT.
Thank you a lot.
When I see a child, I cry out for them. Please let me say hi to your baby. The baby
Thanks a whole lot. Have a great morning and a great what's left for the rest of the day and a good weekend to come.
Yes.
All right? All the best.
You like to run me out quick, but I won't run out and let
all the best. I'm not running you, but we have to accommodate other folks who may come calling in. Have a good morning.
I lost you longer than me this morning, and you give them all the chance. I warn you, but just remember,
all right.
Sandy, please
take it easy. 435-2041, 435-2041. The lines are open to you, 435-2041. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're live. Good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning, GT.
Good morning to you, sir.
How are you doing?
Doing great.
I certainly hope that you're doing great. Well, I noticed a caller indicated that on Tuesday, somehow you did not take his call. And you indicated that other callers were on the line. GT, people need to be honest with themselves and give people a chance to call in. It's only done at certain times. So the bias is quite clear on your part.
I'm trying to get your direction. I'm trying to get a direction where you are going, sir.
Yeah, where I'm going to. You even block people on WhatsApp.
Sir, have a good morning. I don't have time for your rubbish this morning. 435-2041, 435-2041. If you're having a personal problem with me, so have it entertained elsewhere. All right? And if you're having an issue with me, maybe, don't listen to the program. I really don't have time to entertain that this morning. Caller, you live. Good morning. Caller, you live. Good morning.
G, brother, good morning.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm fine myself, bro.
All right. I hope you're not calling to complain about me not taking your calls too.
No, I would never do
all
that.
Right. I'm not sure what the issue with that caller though. Let's hear from you. Let's hear your contribution this morning.
Yes, G. After during Ivan, I was up in New York, right? I came back. MLC took me in Grenada, and I've seen how our builders change our physical planning, put certain restriction and certain things in place, and most of our building will build back in a certain way. With the roof especially, we shorten on the eave, I think about a foot, and then in the wall houses we use that steel, 1.5-inch steel, to go over the rafter to seal the rafter into the wall. In the boat houses, we will use that hurricane strap and strap the foot of the upright and strap the roof down on that. So that roof would hold tightly in case of a hurricane. Now, burial paths, and I see we have a new style of houses building right now. And it seems like it's changing as they go along. Ms. Gloria said that they get people from on the street. And when they give them the house to build, when they don't build it, it's like a disaster they build. But I'm asking the question, why will you get people off the street to just build and give them a house to build? It's not sounding like if somebody is really smart here. Because the banks don't do that. Homeowners don't do that. Who normally does that? People from the diaspora do shopping just like that. But going back to the point I'm trying to make, JT. Now I've seen a house building yesterday. And what happened is that they cut down the eave down to almost less than 6 inches at the both sides and the front. In the back there's a little eave. But what I'm saying, when you're building a boat houses are not sealed. The boat is not sealed. To seal like the boat that you're putting up on your upright, it's not sealed. You just fit the boat in, sometimes you get crooked boat, where you start the boat in the space and you put up the boat. If you don't have eave, when the rain falls, the rain is going to fly directly on the boat. And when you fly directly on the boat, you will seep into the house. You know, I'm just saying that this thing is not correct. Yeah, this is not correct. So you must have ease to protect the boat from the water flying into the house. It's as simple as that.
All right, sir.
Have a nice day.
You too, sir. Have a good one. Folks, we drew for a break. Let's take that break. When we come back, continue today's program. Stay with us. Don't touch it out. Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers, to The Point. We have an open line edition for you this morning, 435-2041, both the WhatsApp and the direct line here on today's program. And let's hear your views, let's hear your concerns. We have a caller on the line. Let's go to the caller. Caller, you're live. Good morning.
Good morning, GT. How are you?
Doing good. Doing good.
Okay. Let me first state, because some people, I don't think they're unaware. They are aware. They know my voice. So, and when I speak boldly and with a lot of certain conviction. There is a certain allegation that is being made against one of the ministers, Andy Williams. And GT, I think when you're in public life, there are some things, there is a saying that I have used, there are some waves that you ride and there are some waves that you dive. I think it has become necessary now. Not to, I know the distraction that is being created for people to lose focus and all of those things. But I feel the situation has reached to a point now that Mr. Andy Williams, as a public official, should take action to clear his name. This is not just about Andy Williams now. This is about Grenada. Yes? And I want to admonish him. I want to advise.
Caller, are you there? I guess we lost the call. I'm not sure what happened there, but caller got disconnected. 435-2041, 435-2041. That's the number if you want to be part of today's program. It's an open line edition after the point. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, live. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, GT.
Good morning to you.
How are you doing?
Doing good. Doing good.
Yeah, I just want to ask you a question first. You know if sand mining is legal in Grenada?
Well, I think that in particular areas it's not. It's not legal.
Well,
you know?
I have a problem up here in St. Andrews area. Right in front of the rum factory, Van Dwayne rum factory, the distillery there.
Yeah.
In Taba Road, they call it King Trace. Every morning, every night, every day, they shock men and them they removing sand. Calling on Mr.
Well, have you tried contacting the police or the authorities in relation to that?
But like them is part of the problem too. Because I was threatened and everything and I make a report, but it seems to be nothing going ahead there. Calling on Mr. Dennis Canwall, the Minister for St. Patrick's East, calling on the Prime Minister, Mr. Deacon Mitchell, and also the Minister of the Environment, Ms. Karen James, and the Minister of Agriculture, Mr. Lennox Andrew, to please do something to stop it, because it's a shame to see right in front of a major landmark, and every night, every day, these shockmen, like they give them a free will to just take this sand and go with it and nothing happening. I think if Buchanan do something, he will go down in history as one of those prime minister who do nothing to protect the environment, going about in CAP and other international forum and ask for money to protect the environment and so. And they keep doing that like Grenada belong to one set of people and they could get a rain mother. Asking him to please do something to stop this sand mining day as soon as possible, GT.
All right.
So thank you and take care.
Thank you also. Have a great morning. 435-2041, 435-2041. The lines are open to you. It's an open line edition of To The Point for today, Friday the 13th. If you do worry about that particular myth of Friday the 13th. All right, let's go to the phone line. Call your live. Good morning.
Yes, City, I mean, the last call I want to support, but I don't know the full detail, but too much of that kind of thing is happening in this country. Too much of lawlessness. You know, early on when I contributed, I wanted to raise the issue, I mean, to make reference to what happened in Mongay with the breaking of the branch and link it with the need for us to really consider our relationship with the environment and how, if we don't really live in sync, it could be to our detriment. As somebody who has campaigned over the years against sand mining, it's very disheartening, even at this time, 2025, to hear such activities happening. I mean, in the reckless way that it has been, it was one of the reasons why you had a problem in the Sutters, the breakwater. I mean, where that area down there was that people were allowed to take sand, even when I know colleagues of mine contacted the police at the time. In those times, the police seemed to be helpless or useless. So we need to really understand, if we don't take care of our environment, we are going to hell. Because look what happened. I was reflecting, GT, about if we got that kind of rain that happened in Trinidad over the last few days, what would happen to us? And we need to be able to understand that as long as we continue to undermine the environment, then we'll be putting ourselves in danger. Now, one final thing in terms of the allegation against the minister and so on. I think sometimes you have to ignore the ignorant and the malicious. And I listened to something on Ride Along with the chief technical officer, I think, or an advisor in that ministry that explained And all the individual asking for, the man was asking, or Mr. The program host was asking, where is the evidence? And there's no evidence. I mean, what I'm saying is that this thing is the same kind of thing that happened to Mr. Nazenberg, where it turned out to be untrue. That's how these people operate. They malign people, and then people believe it, and then afterwards, when it turns out it's not true. I'm not a defender of any minister in this world, but we have to be truthful, and we have to be factual. As one who have been involved over the years in calling out discrepancy in this country, you should be able to have evidence when you do those things. And that's one of the reasons why, in spite of everything, in spite of the discrimination, the intimidation, there was no opportunity for the former regime to indict me. Otherwise, they would have. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution also. 435-2041. You have the WhatsApp line also open and the direct line 435-2041. We go back to the phone line. Caller, you're live. Good morning and welcome.
GT, good morning. Are you hearing me?
Loud and clear, my dear. Go right ahead, please.
Great. How are you doing?
Doing good.
Wonderful. GT, a few days ago, well, maybe I would say a week, a gentleman called your station. And he reported that the Prime Minister sent him a letter at 5 o'clock in the morning. But JP, my deepest concerning.
Caller, before you continue, there's some device in the background that is too loud. Would you please have it lowered, please?
Well, I'm driving, so I don't know if it's that is the problem.
Okay, go right ahead.
Any case, the gentleman called and he reported that the Prime Minister sent him a letter 5 o'clock in the morning. And many times, like what is banding around now concerning the Minister Andy, we always hear it is alleged. We never hear the right side of the story. And it is said we have three sides: the truth, the person's story, and the other person's story. So he reported the case. He never said what led to the letter. He never said why the letter was delivered, but it was only a letter that was delivered. So most of the time, I think when we are sending messages, we need to be fair and we need to be honest. We're too dishonest in this country here. So many things going on. You have a letter. Come to the radio station, say what happened, what led to the letter, so people will be able to understand what you're saying and make a decision or say it is right or wrong. You understand? You always giving your story. And it is a very bad thing. You call in radio station and always only giving one side of the story. And we see what is happening presently in this country here concerning the minister. You're asking for so that people will give the evidence, and it cannot be given. But yet for all the radio station is bringing the news as if to say it is true. We need to stop. Have a good day.
Thank you, caller. Thank you also for your contribution this morning. 435-2041. It's an open line edition this morning. Of course, do you have a concern that you would like to speak about? There's an issue that you would like to, of course, bring to the fore. Feel free to do so on today's edition of To The Point. We have approximately 7 more minutes left on today's program. We go back to the phone line. Caller, you're live. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning again, GT.
Good morning. I don't know what I think we got a little bit of disconnection there. I'm not sure what happened also.
Yes, and for all of the reasons, the two previous callers that spoke on that issue, it becomes much more relevant. The minister now, as a public servant, needs to take action. GT, if I call you a thief in the public, you have a right to defend your character. I cannot just come out, GT is a thief. I cannot do that. This is maligning your character. And I'm saying, as a public person, I know of the distraction. I know of whatever the allegation, and it is alleged. I know of all of those things. I'm one who supports the government. But I'm saying, and party, but I'm also saying there comes a time when the person concerned has to take action in the interest of the public. Because this is not just about Andy Williams now. This is about Grenada. He is a minister of government, and this person is publicly accusing him of taking a bribe. I'm saying. There needs to be some action. I don't know, as a minister, I don't know if the Attorney General can do that. Or a private, I think being the minister, the Attorney General could take action on behalf of the government because he represents the government. Something needs to be done. You cannot let this thing just pout and yes, there is allegation and all sort of thing. They're asking for proof to be given and none is coming. So that is why action needs to be taken. Let the court decide it. And so people will know what to say and what not to say on the radio publicly against people. Thank you and have a good morning.
Thank you, sir. Have a good morning yourself. Caller, you're live via WhatsApp. Good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning, GT, and how are you doing?
Doing good. Doing good this morning. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much for asking. And definitely I want to give GBN some flowers this morning based on the I don't know if they were the ones organizing the
what's that?
The activity, the King of the Grill.
Yeah, that was last Saturday. I think that happened, actually took place last Saturday.
All right, and yeah, what I'm thinking though that we need to see more of that happening, and I definitely of community engagement.
Yes.
What it would actually cause a pulling away from the people doing the wrong things, and people coming out and taking part in community development, community activity, and I think that's a great activity to engage in, and I would like to see more of that happen, probably on many more days. Yeah. Not just.
But probably next year when we're hosting it next year again, you probably could come to Grenada and be part of it, man. You never know, right? Let's see what you could do on Buy the Grills, man.
All right, thank you, and continue the good works.
Thanks
you
again. Have a good morning yourself, man.
You're welcome.
435-2041. We go back to the phone line. Caller, you're live. Good morning and welcome.
Hey, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, sir.
As far as I'm concerned, I don't know. I might be wrong, so you could lead me on if I'm wrong. I've listened to people singing, even people talking, but I'm thinking most about singing or composing songs. As far as I'm concerned, if you compose a song, you should be able to pronounce your words distinctly. You should be able to articulate your words fluently. And these things are very important in reading as well as in speaking. For example, I want to ask you, because I expect you to know, or you should know, they can't do nothing in a song. Is it what they can or they cannot? Now, once you tell me that...
It may go in the context in terms of how they or what they're singing about. Is that they can or they can't do it? Is that they can or they can't do it, right?
I do not know if it's can't, they're saying, or can.
Okay.
So this is the problem. I don't know if it's pronunciation. So you could help me.
If they're speaking about, you're saying they're probably speaking about a can, or if they can't.
That's what I want to know.
Okay.
And this is what I want to know, because I want to know they can do that or they cannot do that. If they can, that means they are able. If they cannot, that means they are not able.
What if what they're singing about has a double meaning, sir?
I want to differentiate. I don't know, you laughing. I'm serious, because you see, I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to learn from you and those who trying to teach me. Thank you very much.
Have a good morning and best wishes for the rest of the day, sir. Let's go to the WhatsApp. WhatsApp caller live. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, GT. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. What about you, sir?
I'm doing fine, to God be the glory.
All right.
First of all, I'm going to start off by saying what is good for the goose is good for the gander. All these old proverbs, which are very important for our learning and our development in terms of mental capacity and thinking and functionality, we tend to put those things on the side. Now, again, about this allegation about the minister. Now, if, I'm going to say very clearly and loudly, if we are going to deal with the minister and accuse him of allegations and even wind up and be going further in terms of legal action and all this other things, then we got to go all the way back to and directly to the NNP regime and the $400 million that, understand me, that they cost the country. Now, all of that have to be addressed. No, I ain't supporting no corrupted operations in whatsoever. But again, we have to be very discreet and very clear about our actions and how we go about things, because when you allow those to wreak havoc, understand me? Now you have to, there might be circumstances and situations where certain things happen that we're not clear about it, or it happens and then we could say, okay, fine, there's forgiveness for certain people who falter. It is only normal. But then when there was a regime that is how they thrive, and that is how all the members got rich, understand me, we have to address that. So then let's be very careful and be very concerned and be direct in the terms of following on. As the previous two callers said before, which I am very much in agreement with them, in Grenada here, we operate on a very ill-fated, ill-will circle and a podium. You know, we don't want to face the truth about a lot of things. We want to solve problems, but we're not dealing with the root causes. And the solutions we don't want to apply, we look for something else. And in that manner of functioning, we cannot go forward and we cannot solve things. We need to address the problems from the root. And again, we need to, when we speak, we have to put our action when we speak, because the thing about it is, I am very much aware of that. I am very much aware of that because I've heard a lot of things in whether private or governmental institutions, and when they speak a lot of things which sound very good, which is it is, if it goes the way it's supposed to be, it is good for development, human resource, and the wider spectrum. Mm-hmm. But when you get to those people and you start speaking to them, it's nothing like that. They speak a language for you. You ask yourself, well, what is it going on? What did I hear? What it is? What am I saying that they cannot understand? And that is very bad. We cannot build anything on those sort of things. We cannot. So the people in position who's there to pipeline development in whatever avenue, in whatever way, they need to stick to their words. And when you say something and somebody comes to you, not to turn them away to hear something different. And this is how we operate in Grenada. We need to change that. We need to change that, because I am suffering from the same thing.
Thank you.
I am suffering from this syndrome about something else, and it is not what you understood, but it's exactly what was said. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Have a good morning yourself. We will take our final caller on today's program. Caller, you're live. Good morning and welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Telesford. Greetings. How are you?
Doing good, sir.
You know, Mr. Telesford, I chimed in because Pointman made a question, throughout a question. I don't want to talk about politics this morning and so on because I've taken a rest on that. Pointman throughout a question I'd like to answer relative to the word can. The verb, the modal verb can, meaning to be able to. Let's get it straight relative to the phonology, pronunciation per se of the word. There are three pronunciations according to three different stages of this verb. Can, to be able to. The positive, I can speak English. I can ride a bicycle. Listen well, can. Pronounced like if it's just simply a K and an N, can. The positive or affirmative way. The negative has two presentations, C-A-N-N-O-T, one word, or C-A-N''T. Now, in this case, because the A is followed by a double consonant, it is pronounced can't, as in call, or can't. Not your can't, not another sort. The Kent is a name. And of course, in the question, it is also just as the positive. I used to say, can you speak English? Can you ride a bicycle? Can you? It's not can, not another sort. So just that Pointman is listening. It is can and can't or cannot as a long way. This is according to the phonology of the English language. Bibliographical reference, Oxford pronunciation, Headway series. Thank you very much, Mr.
Thank you, sir. Have a great weekend yourself. And best wishes goes out to you. All right. Hey, folks, that's what we're going to take a wrap for today's edition of To The Point. I want to thank everyone who contributed towards today's open line edition. Appreciate your calls a whole lot. And I certainly hope you could join me again next week for another edition of To The Point. Of course, the lone gentleman that complained that I have blocked his number. I have zero idea of what you speak of, sir. I don't even know your number. I don't even know you, who you are. So how can I do you that? So this is like the second time you are making that accusation against me for whatever reason that is. Have that taken clear off on your end. All right. Have a good day, folks. What's left of it? And this is why I say goodbye.